Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I'm Country Boy and I put the sass in sarsaparilla, and this is Whatcha Figure. And today we're going to be opening up something a little bit different, something that I never really had as a child. I never really played with these toys, but I've always wanted them. I've always wanted to watch the cartoon. I always wanted to play with these toys. I thought they looked so cool. They're so bright and colorful and gruesome at the same time, like these gross figures. And they're all like mutated and just nasty and gnarly. What am I talking about? I'm talking about some toxic Crusaders. Specifically, this is Toxie in here. I'll take off the slipcover here so you can see. There he is, Toxie. And yeah, he looks pretty cool from what I can tell. I can't wait to get inside the packaging. But like I said, I've never actually had any Toxic Crusaders growing up. I never even watched the Toxic Avengers movie. I've always wanted to. Again, these are things that I want to do, but I never really got to. So as an adult, I finally get the chance to check out these toys that I've always wanted. And this is the Super7 version. We got like 3 versions of this, I think, already. Like there's like the glow in the dark one, there's a different colored one, and this is like the cartoon version of him, I guess you could say. So I guess there's nothing left to do but to get to looking at the packaging. All right, so here's the packaging again with the slipcover back on. It's pretty basic, but very bright. I really like the colors. It definitely evokes the 1990s, you could say. And even the font, like the Toxic Crusaders, and like it's just dripping and gooey looking. As seen on screen. I don't know why it doesn't say as seen on TV. Maybe because maybe you can also watch it on your computer. I don't know. Ages 14 plus, Super7. And then on the side, not too much going on. There just comes psychedelic colors. Some more psychedelic stuff on the back there. Contents, 1 figure with accessories, Super7. And then again on the side, not too much going on. And then we'll go to the top where it says Ultimate, because this is another Ultimate figure. Like the Super7 Ultimate Ninja Turtles that I have as well, too. And there's some more stuff on the bottom there. You can go ahead and read that if you want to. Choking hazard, whatnot. That's that. Then we'll open up the figure with the slipcover off anyways. And there it is. There's Toxie inside there. It's obviously plastic window box. It says Toxie at the top right there. Ages 14 plus, Super7. Toxic Crusaders, it says again. And then, it's got the striping with the green and orange. I don't know if maybe that's like the good guys colors or something. I'm probably only going to get Toxie in this line. I don't plan on getting any more figures. Who knows? Maybe later down the line if they're like on sale or something. Toxic Crusaders, warning, this package contains Toxie, the likable, lumpy-headed hero, and then has like a earth with like a mop going through it, and then nothing on the side there, and then on the top, Toxic Crusaders. So I guess that's it for the packaging. Now, there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging.
Hey, you punks! Leave that girl alone!
Whoa, look, fellas, it's Melvin the Mop Boy.
Your days of picking on nerds and accordion players are over, bonehead.
Let's get him!
This'll teach you to mess with a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength.
And so here we have the handsome devil himself, Toxie from the Toxic Crusaders. Looking like a mix between Sloth from the Goonies and something gross from the Ninja Turtles. Like he was covered in ooze and he just mutated like Mutagen Man or Muck Man or whatnot. But yeah, let's take a look at some of his accessories before we look at the figure itself. Here are his other hands he has these fisted hands, and on camera they might look like they're just one tone, like a lime kind of green, but they actually do have a bit of a darker wash on them. I don't know if you can kind of make that out. It's kind of almost like an orangish wash, so it's not just like the one colored green. They got a bit of a different color going on too. And then there's these open splayed out hands, like they're just relaxed or reaching out for something, what have you. Decent detail, you can kind of see the fingernails on there, see the vein work, just cool. Yeah, the palms look pretty good too. It's just, they're cartoon hands. They're meant to look like the cartoon. Then I'll look at these, I guess these are grenades. They all look the same right now. There's 3 of these. They got like a little star symbol on there, right there. So I'm not too sure what these are grenades of mutagen or sludge or whatever the heck mutated him. I'm not too sure. Like I said, never actually got a chance to watch the show, and I always wanted to. But there's 3 of those. Then there's also this big old mop right here, which I believe would be his weapon. Got the American flag on there. You know, I could maybe grab a sticker of a Canadian flag and swap it out, make him a Canadian toxic Crusader. That'd be more in line with myself. But yeah, it's got some cool green on the end of the mop. And you can even see some speckling going on there. So it's got the lighter white up there, and you know, the mop itself, the handle is just kind of an orangey brown, but it's also got your silver there. And then the flag itself, it's actually just a sticker on this piece of plastic. But it does the job. It looks like, I guess, his flag and mop would look in the cartoon. And then there's one thing I'll show you that is unfortunate. As I was opening up this figure, something did kind of break on me, and that would be this right here. This busted off of here. I believe this would be his shield, so he'd put that in front of him and kind of shield himself. I think this would be like the lid for like, would be like a drum lid for a barrel. But it kind of snapped off when it came out. And then this would be just like some piping, like sewer piping or something like that, and it would slot in there. I will be able to glue that on. It won't be a big deal, but it's unfortunate that it happened in the first place. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me with a Super 7 figure. So yeah, unfortunately it happened. And then there's also these heads. This isn't his head. This is I believe it's a buddy of his that sits on his shoulder right there. I will put him on there for some pictures and stuff later. He looks kind of cool. I don't know what his name is or anything like that. But he looks cool. I like his face. He's got that creepy looking smile, and he's all pink and everything. No idea what the story is. If anybody knows watching this, you can tell me what the story is with this dude. He looks pretty cool though. I like the way he looks with that open mouth. Then he's also got the secondary head, which is different than the smiling head. He's got more of a, I guess, a menacing face, and the eyes just totally bulging out there. Looking good though. I like the way it looks, and again, there's a bit of another like orangey greenish wash over this lime green, this snot green, you could say, since everything is kind of grotesque. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like that look. But I think the head I like the most is this one with the bandana. When I think of the Toxic Avenger, I think of the bandana. But that, I don't know, maybe that's more of the Toxic Avenger, not so much the Toxic Crusader. I'm not too sure if he wore the bandana in the cartoon. I'd have to watch some of the cartoon maybe to know if he wore this. But this is the look that I think of anyways when he has his bandana, and it goes with the orange shirt that he wears as well too, which I appreciate. And he still has that kind of menacing face that he has on that one there. So I appreciate that you can have kind of best of both worlds with the bandana plus that menacing look. But that's it for the accessories. Let's take a look at the figure itself. So here is Toxie looking. He's smiling. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. He's not a bad dude. You know, he just wants to clean the world up, I guess. I think is the idea with the mop and everything. I think he was just a janitor or something that fell into a vat of some sludge, and it transformed him, is my understanding. But don't quote me on that. I don't really know. But he almost has like a snot or boogery kind of look to him. He does have like a bit of a shine to him, and he feels good in hand. He's got a good weight to him. But I know that this isn't the first iteration of him that Super 7 has made. There is the one that has like it changes from like red to like a green, different depending on the temperature. And then he has, I think there was another type where it was just like the toy based one where it's based off the old toy. This I think is based off of the old cartoon. So that's what the looks and colors are going for here. But as you can see, he's got cool muscles, and he's got the tank top that's torn up. He's got a bandolier going across here that I can probably slot in his grenades and whatnot. I got a black or a grayish tutu going on around him. I don't know what I think maybe some guys making fun of him or something, gave him a tutu before he got turned. And then it has even a belt underneath too, if you can see right there. Not too much detail. It's just black, and it's got it has some detailing, but it's not really painted with much detail. And then you can see he's got, looks like jeans on that they're really, really torn. You can see his boils and stuff sticking out. And then got some wrappings down here going around his ankles, and then he's got these boots on, and the boots aren't doing too much. You can see it's popping out there, and then right here is a bunch of like pus or sludge coming out of his shoe, it looks like. So yeah, that's all the details that he has. But let's look at some of the articulation while we are here. So the head doesn't go forward too much. It's pretty basic. And then head goes up about that for very, very, very limited. He's got like a hunchback that kind of limits his movement. And then side to side is almost non-existent. And then you can turn around all the way if you want him to, but there's no need to do that. And then the arms go up about yay far, so about almost 90 degrees. Got the bicep cut right there. And then you got single jointed elbows. So he only can go about 90 degrees that ways as well. He's got decent wrists. They go all the way around and then they go down that far and up that far. So really good articulation there. And then he's got same thing on the other side, but he's got a decent ab crunch. He bends forward like that, and then he'll bend backwards like that. See if you can see better that ways. So he's got a pretty good ab crunch right there. And then no waist swivel that I can tell. There's not much of a waist swivel of anything there. Then let's look at the legs. His legs go out pretty decent, not too much getting in the way there. Kind of a decent split, not all the way, but decent enough. And then they go forward, not too great. There's some hindrance there, so. And then backwards, not that great either. But the knees are single jointed, so there's about 90-degree movement right there. And then you got no boot. Oh yeah, there is boot cut. The boot cut is on the waist, on the wrapping right there. And then you do have some ankle pivot right there. Let's see. Yeah, so he bends forward that much with the ankle, and then that much back. And that's about all the articulation you get. He's pretty basic for a figure. Not terrible, but you know, could have more. But again, I don't think he's like a Ninja Turtle where they're gonna need a lot of articulation. He's just a brutish guy. He's a big, tough, strong guy. So maybe he doesn't need to have too much articulation. So that's gonna do it for just looking at the figure. I'll do a little bit of comparing with some other figures I have, maybe in the Super 7 line, and maybe some other figures as well. So stay tuned for that. All right, so here we have Toxie with his shield in hand and with his mop in hand. And the pink dude on his shoulder, whatever his name is, I do not know. But this is pretty much how I'll have him displayed, probably with these two accessories, 3 accessories, I should say. And this is kind of how I think of him. Whenever I think of Toxie, this is how I picture the guy. And it looks cool. I like the way that this is looking. So I'll do a little bit of comparing with some other figures of mine as well. Just a standard Hasbro figure, Spider-Man, just so you can see a sense of scale that this guy's definitely much bigger than Spider-Man is. Well, these also scale as about 6-inch figures, and these are scaled as about 7-inch figures. So I guess it makes sense that this would be much bigger than him. But to compare to some actual Super 7 figures, I thought I'd throw in this guy right here, Raphael. So this would be Ninja Turtle. That would be scaled into the 7-inch scale, I suppose. So he kind of fits in well with Toxie. He's much shorter than him, and I guess he would be, because I think Toxie technically is a bigger dude. When he got mutated and whatnot, he grew to be a bigger guy. I think he started as a janitor or something, and then got to be bigger. I don't really know the whole story, but this is Raphael and Toxie. I think they fare pretty well together. Next up, I'll throw in another Ninja Turtle character, a mutagen man here, who's a guy who didn't fare so well when he got mutated. So yeah, this is obviously the Super 7 version of him, based off of the old Playmates toys. Looking really cool, looking really freaky, kind of like Toxie, but in a jar and whatnot. So yeah, they scale pretty well together. I think that's how they would kind of scale. And for the last comparison, I think this is the most obvious one I could do with the Ninja Turtles characters. We got Muckman right here. So yeah, this guy, I got his leg kind of put back there. This guy definitely is a big dude. He scales in really big with the Ninja Turtles, and he scales even big with this guy too, and he's a pretty tall guy. But similar idea. They got mutated, and this guy is all green. He's got garbage all over him, and muck and ooze and gruesomeness. He's kind of gross. But I think he's a little grosser than that guy. But that's gonna do it for this comparisons and for this video. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and give me a like, a subscribe. Check out my other channel with my friends called Wasted Opinions. Those guys are awesome. We have a fun time making those videos. Check them out. We're super happy to do those videos. But that's going to do it for this video, I guess. I hope you like what you saw here. I think something got delivered to my front door. It's in the shape of a big barrel. Not too sure what's in there, but I'm going to go check it out. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter, PSN, Twitch, and YouTube at countryboy9. That's with an underscore. Thanks for watching.